options. Will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live. Today's Monday, August 17th. Hope everybody's doing good. S&P is currently down 30, NASDAQ down 45, Russell is down 13, and the Dow's down 231. Gold is up 0.75%, silver is up 1.5%. Notes and bonds a little bit red, 10-year yield up about 0.5%. Oil is up 2.37. Natural gas down a little over 1%. Soybeans and corn finished green. Wheat flat. Euro and the pound slightly green, and Bitcoin up 2.32%. The VIX is up 6.67, currently at 15.20. Krish is having loading issues. Is everybody else see my screen okay? Anyone? Can anyone hear me? Testing, testing. All right, let's try this again. Can you all see my screen and hear my voice? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, cool. Discord's having a Monday, you know? Sometimes we have Mondays as traders. Discord's having a little Monday. All right, so I just went over what the S&P or the all the markets are doing. As far as individual stocks, biggest movers, SNDK is up 8%, MSTR is up 5%, SpaceX up 4%, MU's up 4%. Biggest red, Lemonade down 4.5%, ServiceNow down 4.5%, Affirm down 4.5%. Yeah, I checked my my microphone volume is on full blast, so you may want to, I don't know if it may be on your end potentially. All right, as far as my trades for the day, BICs are doing well. I had some one-sided stops on some earlier tranches, but got a bunch that are still wide open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tranches that are still available for a pin. I just closed out my double calendar. Kept waiting to see if we were going to get a little bit of a bounce, but the bounce never came, so I just went ahead and shut that one down. I still have my 1 DTE Iron Condor, which I'll just let the bot, oh, actually I had to manually enter it, but it's basically at break even, tiny green right now. I was modeling out considering transforming to a downside vertical earlier, and being with no news, I kind of thought we would stay within the expected move. That was my anticipation anyway, but of course we have not. I had it marked at about 77.65. We're down at about 55 right now. So I'll just close my 1 DTE out at the end of the day as normal. I've got a hedged iron Condor. I posted in the hedged iron Condor thread, but I left a little bit of risk on because I was trying to get more value for a couple of the adjustments I was doing. Never was able to get that. So of course, price found itself right in my little valley. I've only got $415 of risk, and still time for it to move out, but could have a little loss on that one if we don't move. I put on a new time fly today with the down move. That one's down tiny, looks like. That's on the August 28, August 31 time frame. And that is it for myself today. How'd you guys do? Anything good? Anything good going on in the hood? My 2 day trades, speaking of hood, I had 2 small, I did smaller size. I was with the potential of adding, which I never got the chance to, so they ended up being small losers. But the first was hood, had a nice push. Well, had a nice flush to begin with, and then pushed up to pre-market high, started consolidating. I took a long there with calls, and it broke down, so I cut it pretty quickly. And the other one I took was on IWM puts, and that was below pre-market low. I think it was in here after we pushed up and then it reclaimed pre-market low. I think it was on this one, and then it bounced back up, so I cut it. So a couple small losers on the day trades. I mentioned no news today. No news tomorrow. FOMC minutes on Wednesday afternoon, which most of the time is not a market mover. And then Thursday, unemployment claims pre-market, and then Friday, nothing. So not a lot going on as far as scheduled econ. As far as earnings, before the open tomorrow, we've got Home Depot, Baidu, and Klarna. So we could look at those. Home Depot only exceeds its expected move 26% of the time. Not really too much of a pattern for the day after earnings. Decent little continuation drift if it exceeds the expected move after earnings, both up or down. Home Depot looks like it hit I'm not 100% sure if that's all-time high, but a recent high was hit in November of 2024 of 439, currently trading at 338. It likes to stay inside the expected move, so I would do a at the money neutral calendar. Let's see, these options are, yeah, they're pretty decent. Looking at the 340 put calendar. Let's see what the September 11 back options look like. Home Depot has an expected move of about a little over 14 bucks. I'm going to do this one in Home Depot. S&P pushing to right at lows of day. See if I can get filled at 450. Filled at 450 in Home Depot. Baidu only exceeds its expected move 15% of the time. Baidu has been beaten up a little bit. Trading for a little over 103. About 15 cents wide, 15 to 20 cents wide on $104 stock. Not great, but tradable. Expected move about $7 in Baidu. I like the inside the expected move play on this one too. S&P going through lows. Try to get filled for $1.85. Filled at $1.85. Lastly, Klarna. Klarna is only a $19 stock, so I won't play that one. About 15 cents. Wait, oh, 4-day, yeah, 5 cents wide on a $20 stock. You could go directional on Klarna, but it's only had 3 earnings announcements. It's a newer stock, so I'm going to pass. Before the open tomorrow, or excuse me, before the open Wednesday, Target. After the close Wednesday, Webull. Before the open on Thursday, Walmart and Alibaba. My 1 DTE now slightly red. I was up pretty nice on that one. Had the opportunity to transform that into a downside vertical for a decent minimum profit as well, but now she's a little in the red. My hedged iron Condor is getting green though. SPX down to 49. VIX still acting a little goofy as well. While the S&P was still coming down, the VIX really rolled over. Let's see, the VIX started coming down about 12:30. I guess the S&P was more chopping whenever the VIX rolled over. Oh, I pushed out a new big feature on Flux. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, transformer mode, which kind of breaks down any spread into its individual legs, makes it very easy to look at different adjustments and transformers. So if you are into transformers, make sure you check that out. While we're waiting for MOC, I'll give you kind of a little, if you haven't looked at it, I'll give you kind of a little, I gave you an example in the update video. But I'll just show you a couple of simple examples. So let's just say I put on an iron Condor. Obviously, if you've been trading iron Condors for any time at all, you know that an iron Condor is a short put spread and a short call spread, right? A short call spread above, short put spread below makes up a delta neutral iron Condor. So if I have an iron Condor on my graph here and I click transformer mode, you'll see the dots appear above that, and that just kind of annotates the strikes. Of course, you can hover and see what the strike is as well. But what you'll see is down below, the blue dot recognizes the initial spread, which in this case was the iron condor. And then it also breaks it down into the two legs. So you've got the sell put vertical, sell call vertical. And then you can easily click, let's say I wanted to analyze the opposite of the short put vertical. I could click that, add checked, and now it creates a Theo card of the opposite. So you're essentially buying a put spread, and then, based on the price you want to get filled at, let's say 50 cents, you can model that out to see what that would do to your structure. So that works on basic kind of four-legged spreads like an iron condor. If you put on let's say you put on a put butterfly. A put butterfly is made up of a short put spread and a long put spread. So same thing, you just click on transformer mode. Now you've got the short put spread, long put spread. You can duplicate it, look at the opposite, add those Theo cards nice and easily. And you can do that for, simple spreads like that. You can also do it for more complex ones, like let's say the hedged iron condor, which is an 8-legged spread. This is the example I gave in the update video. But now it gives you all the different spreads that make up the full combo complex spread on your graph. And you can duplicate or look at the opposite of each of those. So pretty cool stuff. Nor did you see my post earlier? Somebody asked that earlier. I posted in the Transformer chat. Here, I'll copy it. Got about 12 minutes till MOC. S&P near lows of day. NASDAQ near lows of day. Russell a little bit higher, a little bit stronger. I don't have a certain time that I do it. I opted to, I had it modeled out to transform into a risk-free downside vertical today, and I opted not to, just because with the lack of news going on, I just did not anticipate us continuing to slide down below the expected move like we have. I kind of anticipated that we would stay inside the expected move, and I would just book profits. So an assumption is just, when I say I'm making an assumption, I'm either, I'm modeling it out throughout the day and deciding, I'm making an assumption. Do I think I'm better off holding? Do I think I'm better off transforming? And then I just make a decision. You're just making the best decision you can at the time. Yeah, Joseph T. Call calendars are typically cheaper, but it's kind of relative. So you got more profit on the put side. I've just always defaulted to the put side for whatever reason, and so that's just kind of what I always stick with. Same with butterflies. Call butterflies, well, opposite. Call butterflies are typically more expensive. Put butterflies cheaper. Well, like today with that with the 1 DTE, I had it modeled out, and I think you're not just buying back the call. I don't think, yeah, you're not just buying back the put credit spread. Essentially, I'm basically just moving the put strike. You know, the one that I bought was the 77.20. Um, or yeah, excuse me. The one that I sold was the 50. So I'm just looking at analyzing the opposite of that, and then I'm moving the long put up one strike from 50 to 55. But at the time I was looking at transforming, I think this was trading for like $5 maybe. No, it wasn't that much. Maybe it was. Let's see. I got into this. Yeah, maybe it was more like. It was under $7. But if I would have got it at 7, that would have given me a minimum profit of 330, max of 1330 on a 2-lot. So that's all in the transformer course, how to transform a 1 DTE iron condor. Yeah, and I mean, looking at a 15-minute chart, I mean, there's a period for about, up until even like 11:45 Central, where you could have easily transformed it right before the bigger drop happened. Got about 6 minutes till MOC. We've had a decent range overall, but pretty small movement this afternoon. Let's see what Mr. Mahomes is currently trading at. 50 butterfly is already at $1.80. So it's going to be an early fill if we don't go crazy. Financial juice notification: Anthropic revenue run rate surpasses $65 billion ahead of IPO. A pace that has increased more than 7-fold since the end of last year. talking about Anthropic IPOing at a higher valuation than SpaceX, maybe close to $2 trillion. SPX, a little couple point bounce. Coming up on about 3 minutes. I'm going to put in a half size Mahomes on the 55s at $2. We'll see if there's a decent MOC. I may layer into another one or layer into more. Looks like it's trading at about $1.85. $1.90. Filled at $2 on the 55s. Abash, you got $2 on the 50. Oh, 55.
1 minute now until we get the market on close imbalance. Market on close imbalance, S&P 500, buy side 505 million, Nasdaq 100, sell side 51 million, Dow 30, buy side 305 million, Mag 7, sell side 127 million.
Small buy side, 505 million. I'm just going to stick with a half size one. SPX at 51. There's 50. Got some of the Mag 7 pushing. Tesla almost to lows of day. NVIDIA getting close. S&P about to go through lows. I've got some BIC puts at 45. Currently at 48. My 1 DTE with the bot would be closing in 2 minutes. I'm going to just go ahead and close that. SPX at 47. Closed out of my 1 DTE at 10 even. That's unfortunate. SPX back up to 49. Back down to 48. Mahomes has been more profitable than the 1 DTE, Nor. Over time, over many occurrences. Sitting at 47, got about 4.5 minutes. A lifetime still. NASDAQ now going through lows. Russell still holding up a little better. NVIDIA going through lows. AVGO put in a new low. So did PLTR. There's 45. Got some big puts at 45. They're not going to like going too much lower. So you got one, two, just two tranches. Back up to 47. Got about 2.5 minutes. If we get below 40, my hedged iron Condor will pay about 4,500. Sitting at 47. Stay below 50, Mr. Mahomes. Stay below 50. Back up to 48. Ooh, getting a little jumpy. Little jumpy. 49. $20 seconds. Back to 46.
Order filled.
What? Did I just get stopped on a put?
Order cancelled.
There is the bell, and it looks like
Order cancelled.
77.45.44 Mahomes max winner. Easy win. Easy win for the Mahomes. Half size, though. 5 lots for me. All right, all. That's a wrap for the day. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Day trading live stream in the morning. Power hour, 2:15 Central. Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.